The video you are about to watch may and probably will contain adult language, adult situations, adult scenarios, whole lot of naughty stuff basically. So if you are under the age of 18, I recommend that you not watch this video. I have a lot of other videos where I play video games and like play with Funko Pops and stuff like that. Go watch one of those. In other words, viewer discretion is advised. Okay, now that the kids are gone, hey, what is up? This is Couch Potato Mike coming to you once again from the book club for another wonderful chapter of Freed by E.L.James. I hope you guys didn't mind too much me splitting up chapter 22 like that because, well, I'm going to probably be doing it again. There's another hour or 2 hour long chapter coming up that it just works better if I keep these videos a little. Why am I explaining this stuff to you guys? It's my channel. And speaking of my channel, are you subscribed to my channel? Because studies show that only a small percentage of the people that watch this video and watch all my other videos are actually subscribed. So let's remedy that. Let's move it to 100%. If you watch one of my videos, you're obligated to subscribe to me, please. And give me a thumbs up and ring the bell icon and all that good stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and move right into Chapter 23, which takes place on Tuesday, August the 23rd of 2011. Scarlet nails rake across my chest. I can't move. I can't see. I can only feel. You don't like this, do you? I can't speak, silenced by the ball gag. Frantically, I shake my head as the darkness slithers inside me, trying to crawl its way out, while her talons wreak their havoc on the outside. Hush now. You'll get your reward. The flogger strikes my chest, the small beads pinching my skin in the stinging rebuke that silences the darkness with pain. Sweat beads on my brow. Such beautiful skin. She hits me again, lower, and I pull against the restraints as the flogger sings its song across my belly. Fuck. She's going lower. The pain will be hard to take. I steel myself, waiting. Anna stands over me. She's caressing my face while wearing my fur glove. Her hand moves down my throat, across my chest, the fur sliding over my skin. Soothing, quieting the darkness, Anna watches me. Her hair mussed, her eyes shining with her love. Anna. Her hands move lower to my belly and sweeps over my stomach with the softest caress. Then her fingers are in my hair. Opening my eyes, I find I'm wrapped around Anna like swaddling. My head on her chest, my gray eyes meet sparkling summer blue. Hi, I murmur, delighted to see her. Hi. My joy is mirrored in her face. Her satin nightgown is perfectly designed, revealing that special valley between her breasts. I kiss her there as the rest of my body wakes fully. My hand skims over her hip. What a tempting morsel you are, I mutter. But tempting though you are, the radio alarm reads 7:30. I have to get up. Reluctantly, I disentangle myself from my wife and climb out of bed. She puts her hand behind her head and watches me as I strip, teasing her top lip with her tongue. Admiring the view, Mrs. Gray? It's a mighty fine view, Mr. Gray. Her mouth twists into a snug grin, so I throw my pajama pants at her. She catches them, giggling. To hell with work. I hoist the duvet off of her, kneel on the bed, and grab Anna's ankles, drawing her toward me so that her nightgown rides up over her thighs, and up, revealing my favorite place. She squeals. It's a stimulating sound, and I lean down and start a path of kisses from her knee to her thigh to my favorite place. Good morning, Anna. Ah, she groans. Mrs. Jones is busying herself in the kitchen when I stroll in. Good morning, Mr. Gray. Coffee? Good morning, Gail. Please. And what would you like for breakfast? I'm famished after this morning's and yesterday evening's activities. Omelet, please. Ham, cheese, and mushrooms? Great. Mrs. Gray did an excellent job on your hair, sir. Mrs. Jones smiles and there's a teasing glint in her eye. I grin back. That she did. I perch on one I perch on one of the bar stools at the kitchen counter where she's laid two place settings. Anna will be with us shortly. Very good, sir. She hands me a coffee, and while my omelet is cooking, she lays out granola, yogurt, and blueberries for Anna. I check the markets on my phone. Good morning, Mrs. Gray. Gail hands Anna a cup of tea as she greets her. My wife is wearing a pretty blue shift dress that complements her eyes. She looks ever the cool publishing executive and not the sex siren that I know intimately and often. She sits down beside me. How are you, Mrs. Gray? I ask, knowing that she was well-pleasured and loud about it this morning. I think you know, Mr. Gray. She gazes up at me through her lashes, giving me that look that goads my libido. I smirk. Eat. You didn't eat yesterday. That's because you were being an arse. Mrs. Jones drops a plate that she's washing beneath the tap into the sink. The sound startles Anna. Arse or not, eat. Don't fuck with me on this, Anna. Anna rolls her eyes. Okay, picking up spoon, eating granola. She sounds exasperated, but proceeds to serve herself yogurt and blueberries and makes a start on her breakfast. I relax and remember what I wanted to talk to her about. I may have to go to New York later in the week. Oh? It will mean an overnight. I want you to come with me. Christian, I won't get the time off. I peer down at her. Oh, I think we can work that out. She sighs. I know you own the company, but I've been away for 3 weeks, please. How can you expect me to run the business if I'm never there? I'll be fine here. I'm assuming that you'll take Taylor with you, but Sawyer and Ryan will be here. She stops. As ever, my wife makes a good point. What? She asks. Nothing, just you and your negotiation skills. She gives me a sideways look, but the amusement in her expression abruptly vanishes. How are you getting to New York? The company jet. Why? I just wanted to check if you were taking Charlie Tango. Her face loses the color as she shudders. I wouldn't fly to New York in Charlie Tango. She doesn't have that kind of range. Besides, she won't be back from the engineers for another 2 weeks. She looks relieved. Well, I'm glad she's nearly fixed, but... She stops and looks down at her granola. What? I ask. She shrugs. I hate it when she does this. Anna, tell me. I just, last time you flew in her, we thought you'd... She stutters and then stops. Oh, Anna. Hey, I brush my fingers down her face. That was sabotage, and we suspect your ex-boss. I couldn't bear to lose you, she says. 5 people have been fired because of that, Anna. It won't happen again. 5? I nod. She frowns. That reminds me, there's a gun in your desk. How the hell does she know that? The scissors, shit. It's Layla's. It's fully loaded. How do you know? I ask. I checked it yesterday. What? I don't want you messing with guns. I hope you put the safety back on. She looks at me as if I've grown an additional head. Christian, there's no safety on that revolver. Don't you know anything about guns? No. Taylor clears his throat. He's waiting for us at the entrance. I check my watch. It's later than I thought. That's because you made love to your wife this morning, Gray. We have to go. Standing up, I don my jacket, and Anna follows me out to the hallway, where we both greet Taylor. I am just going to brush my teeth, Anna says, and Taylor and I watch her retreat toward the bathroom. I turn to Taylor. That reminds me, it's Anna's birthday in September. She wants an R8, a white one. Taylor raises his eyebrows. I laugh. Yeah, surprised me too. Can you order one? Taylor grins. With great pleasure, sir. A spider like yours? Yes, I think so. Same spec. Taylor rubs his hands with an ill-disguised glee. I'll get onto it. We need it by the latest September 9. I'm sure I can source one in time. Anna returns and we head into the elevator. You should ask Taylor to teach you how to shoot, she says. Should I now? My tone is wry. Yes. Anastasia, I despise guns. My mom has patched up too many victims of gun crime, and my dad is vehemently anti-gun. I grew up with their ethos. I support at least 2 gun control initiatives here in Washington. Oh, does Taylor carry a gun? I glance at Taylor and hope that the utter disdain I feel for firearms doesn't show on my face. Sometimes. You don't approve, Anna asks, and I usher her out of the elevator. No, let's just say that Taylor and I hold very different views with regard to gun control. In the car, Anna reaches over and grasps my hand. Please, she says. Please what? Learn to shoot? I roll my eyes. No. End of discussion, Anastasia. She opens her mouth, but closes it again and folds her arms and gazes out of the window. I suppose being an ex-soldier's daughter will give you a different perspective on guns. Being a doctor's son formed mine. Where's Layla? Anna pipes up. Why is she thinking about my ex-sub? I told you, she's in Connecticut with her folks. Did you check? After all, she does have long hair. It could have been her driving the Dodge. Yes, I checked. She's enrolled in an art school in Hamden. She started this week. You've spoken to her? Anna pales, her voice quietly ringing with shock. No, Flynn has. I see, she mutters. What? Nothing. I sigh. This is the second time this morning she's done this. Anna, what is it? Communicate and compromise. She shrugs, and I have no idea what she's thinking. About Layla? Maybe Anna needs reassuring. I'm keeping tabs on her, I say, checking that she stays on her side of the continent. She's better, Anna. Flynn has referred her to a shrink in New Haven, and all the reports have been very positive. She's always been interested in art, so I stop, trying to find a clue in Anna's face as to what she's thinking. Don't sweat this, Anastasia. I squeeze her hand, and I'm heartened when she returns the gesture. Nice haircut, Mr. Gray. Barry is effusive as he opens the glass door to Gray House. Thank you, Barry. Well, that's a first. How's your boy, I ask. He's great, sir. Doing well at school. Barry glows with paternal pride. I can't help my smile. Good to hear it. Roz and Sam are in the elevator. Haircut? Roz asks. Yes, thanks. Looks good. Yes, Sam says. Thanks. What the hell has gotten into my staff? After my update with Barney on the tablet prototype, I sent an email to Anna. I take a gamble that she's managed to have her email name changed. From Christian Gray, subject flattery, August 23rd, 2011, 9:54, to Anastasia Gray. Mrs. Gray, I've received 3 compliments on my new haircut. Compliments from my staff are new. It must be the ridiculous smile I'm wearing whenever I think about last night. You are indeed a wonderful, talented, beautiful woman, and all mine. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. I'm delighted when it doesn't bounce, though I don't get an immediate answer. I'm between meetings when her response arrives. From Anastasia Gray, subject trying to concentrate here, August 23rd, 2011, 10:48, to Christian Gray. Mr. Gray, I'm trying to work and I don't want to be distracted by my delicious memories. Is now the time to confess that I used to cut Ray's hair regularly? I had no idea it would be such useful training. And yes, I'm yours, and you, my dear overbearing husband who refuses to exercise his constitutional right under the Second Amendment to bear arms, are mine. But don't worry, because I shall protect you, always. Anastasia Gray, editor, SIP. She used to cut Ray's hair. Well, damn it, that's why she did such a good job. And she's going to protect me. Of course she is. I turn to my computer and Google gun phobia. From Christian Gray, subject Annie Oakley, August 23rd, 2011, 10:53, to Anastasia Gray. Mrs. Gray, I'm delighted to see you have spoken to the IT department and changed your name. Big cheesy grin emoticon. I shall sleep safe in my bed knowing that my gun-toting wife sleeps beside me. Christian Gray, CEO and hoplophobe, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject long words, August 23rd, 2011, 10:58, to Christian Gray. Mr. Gray, once more you dazzle me with your linguistic prowess. In fact, your prowess in general. I think you know what I'm referring to. Anastasia Gray, editor, SIP. Her reply makes me grin. From Christian Gray, subject gasp. Date August 23rd, 2011, 11:01, to Anastasia Gray. Mrs. Gray, are you flirting with me? Christian Gray, shocked CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject Would You Rather, August 23rd, 2011, 11:04, to Christian Gray. I flirted with someone else. Anastasia Gray, brave editor, SIP. From Christian Gray, subject grrr. Date August 23rd, 2011, 11:09 to Anastasia Gray. No. Christian Gray, possessive CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject wow. Date August 23rd, 2011, 11:14 to Christian Gray. Are you growling at me? Because that's kind of hot. Anastasia Gray, squirming in a good way, editor, SIP. I love making her squirm via email. From Christian Gray, subject beware. August 23rd, 2011, 11:16 to Anastasia Gray. Flirting and toying with me, Mrs. Gray? I may pay you a visit this afternoon. Christian Gray, priapic CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject oh no, August 23rd, 2011, 11:20 to Christian Gray. I'll behave. I wouldn't want my boss's boss's boss getting on top of me at work. Winky smiley face. Now let me get on with my job. My boss's boss's boss may fire my ass. Anastasia Gray, editor, SIP. From Christian Gray, subject censored. Date August 23rd, 2011, 11:23 to Anastasia Gray. Believe me when I say there are a great many things he'd like to do to your ass right now. Firing you is not one of them. Christian Gray, CEO and Ass Man, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject go away. August 23rd, 2011, 11:26 to Christian Gray. Don't you have an empire to run? Stop bothering me. My next appointment is here. I thought you were a breast man. Think about my ass and I'll think about yours. I love you, X. Anastasia Gray, now moist, editor, SIP. Moist? There's that word again. I shake my head. I like her wet. Moist doesn't do it for me at all. But sadly, I must cease as my meeting with Marco and his team starts in 4 minutes. It's a great meeting. Marco has gone aggressively after Gilles Lemera, and our bid has been successful. This acquisition will take us into a new area of green energy via a cheaper and easier to manufacture solar panel. It's also looking likely that either I'll have to go to Taiwan or the shipyard owners will come to us. But first they want a phone conference. Roz is arranging a time. When we finish up, she asks for a word. We wait for the others to leave. Hassan would like you to go to New York, she says. Morale is low because of how Woods left. He wasn't well liked, and because he kicked up a fuss in the press, the tech team is skittish. We don't want to lose any of them. They're all good people. Hassan can't reassure them? He can only do so much, Christian. Your visit would signal real support. You're good at rallying the troops. Okay. I'll let him know you'll be there Thursday. Thanks. Oh, and Gwen is pregnant. Wow, congratulations. I wonder how all that works, but I don't want to pry. Yes, she's at 12 weeks, so we're telling people. 3 kids, wow. Yes, we'll probably stop there. I grin. Well, congratulations once more. When I get back to my desk, I call Welch for an update. He's viewed the footage from outside of Scala. Mr. Gray, I'd like to talk to you about Hyde's former assistants again. See if they'll talk this time. Couldn't do any harm. My thoughts exactly. Let me know how you get on. Will do. I hang up and let Anna know that I'm off to New York. From Christian Gray, subject The Big Apple, August 23rd, 2011, 12:59 to Anastasia Gray. Dearest wife, my empire requires that I go to NYC on Thursday. I'll be back on Friday evening. Are you sure I can't persuade you to come with me? Your boss's boss needs you. Christian Gray, CEO, Breast and Ass Man, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Gray, subject NYC No, August 23rd, 2011, 13:02 to Christian Gray. I think my boss's boss can manage a night without me, and my breasts and ass. As they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I'll behave, I promise. Anastasia Gray, editor, SIP. Well, that's the first chapter that's ended on an email. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like Christian is off to New York, and if memory serves me, that means shit's about to go down, guys. I'm looking forward to that. God, you could so tell that this book is written by a British woman. Just the way the dates are. Like, so like he tells, it's like, I need that. I need the R8 no later than September 9. Not 9th, 9. Yeah. It's dripping with Britishisms. All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode. So until we meet again for the Couch Potato Mike YouTube channel, I'm Couch Potato Mike, and remember, in the end, we're all stories, so let's make them good ones. See you next time, guys.